Well, hi and welcome back to my YouTube channel again. Thursday the 17th of June in Adelaide. We've had quite a few showers this afternoon. It's a bit cold and wintry, but I'm nice and warm in here where I'm recording this, so that's good. Just before I go on with today's subject, just in case some of you are waiting with bated breath when I'm going to get back together with my friend Greg for the next photography lesson, hopefully that'll happen soon. Our itineraries just haven't been, our calendars haven't been working together lately, but maybe one day next week. There's a slight chance maybe tomorrow afternoon we might do that, but I doubt it. So anyway, don't forget that's going to happen sooner or later, and we're going to progress our way through teaching my friend Greg how to do photography in one way or another. Anyway, today's topic, one of the things I've noticed these days, and particularly when I did a review of my Canon Mini DV XL1 3-chip camcorder a while back, that created a lot of interest, and I've had people contact me about that video and also about other Mini DV cameras that I might have. And basically, just a little bit of background, I'm going to talk about three of these cameras that I've got here today, the smaller versions of the Mini DV cameras. Ones I've got and have used, and one that I haven't used yet but I've got, and another one I can't show you because I don't know where it is. so that's hidden in all my junk somewhere. So I've got four Mini DV cameras. How I first got interested in Mini DV cameras, the compact size ones, this was the first one that I bought, was because I saw an ad somewhere in the paper, I think it was, way back, inviting us to go to a retailer's store where someone was going to give a talk about the latest Mini DV cameras, these digital video cameras that were going to change the whole game. And they did, to a certain extent, pretty much. And a whole lot of people went along to this demonstration, and the little camera that they were showing was a one-chip Mini DV camera. It was a JVC, I think, and they had a very unique little advertising brochure that was folded up to be exactly the same size as the actual camera, which was about so big. And and I was hooked. I saw that and I thought, wow, that's the way to go. That's the way of the future. They showed what the quality was like compared to the normal VHS and TV transmissions of the day. So I lashed out and I bought this Canon one here, which is a beautiful retro looking style, and I actually paid just under $1,000 for that back in the day. And now I'm probably going to put this on the market soon for around about $200, I think, something like that. I know there's another one for sale somewhere about $250 in Australia at the moment, but I don't know. I've got to work out a price because I've got a few more accessories than what that person has. Anyway, this was the, and that was the first one I got, and I thought this is fantastic. It's so compact, and it really has lots of features. Little screen that opens out. You can actually you can turn around, you can actually use these cameras as a blogging camera without even putting tape in your camera. You can hook them up to your computer. I've tried it out and it works. It's probably not as good as using a digital SLR or the phone, but it works. And lots of features. This one here has, I'll just turn it on. This one here has got a an 18 times optical zoom, and it's also got a 350 times digital zoom, which you'd never use because once you do that it starts breaking up. But there you see it. I'll just turn that around so you can see that's as if I'm in playback mode, but if I swap it over to camera mode, you should be able to see what's on the screen in front of me there. So I'll come in and you should be able to see me showing you this. That's one of those tricks with mirrors, isn't it? So that's so you can use these, you can record these using the viewfinder like that, looking at that, which of course if you can lower it down, you know, you can look down on it like this, like as if you're looking for a viewfinder in the top of a twin lens reflex camera, really, looking down through the top. Same effect, so you get pretty good angles, come down and get all the angles with that. But also, if you shut that up, you pull this up, and then you've got a viewfinder like that. It's a digital viewfinder, but it's basically through the lens. You've got a pixelated look at that. I can't show you what I'm looking at there, but anyway. So if you use that, that saves you more batteries than using the screen here. This camera's got lots of built-in digital effects, not that I've ever used them, and all sorts of features on it. And also it's got a card, little card on the side here, and a lot of these have these. You open this little thing up, there's a little card in there which you can actually shoot stills on and put on there. There's a button up here which you press when you want to take a still shot. That was the same on my XL1 Mini DV camera as well. That had a single shot mode on there. So it'll record a few seconds, or a few, yeah, probably, I don't know, 20 seconds, 10 seconds, I don't know, of a still shot with the sound included, but no motion, of course. Not great quality, but it works. And so that's, I mean, it's got all the connections you want here. You can put in an AV cord, there's a microphone socket. See, there's all some of the connections. Got built-in speaker up there, and come down here. Where are we? Open this compartment up down the bottom here, and it's got a S-video connection, I think, and a DV connection, a firewire type connection, so you can go straight from here to your computer. So you can download your Mini DV and digitize it onto your computer. So these are very versatile cameras. This one also, whoops, I'll put this up, comes with a beautiful little remote control, and that does just about all the functions you would want on that camera. And a lot of these cameras have remote controls with them as well. So that's the Panasonic MV530i. It's a power one, this one is, so this is configured for Australian conditions, not the NTSC of Europe and America. But beautiful camera, zoom control up the top there, of course, and they are just such a joy to use. So the next one that I bought, when videos were starting to, is this one here, when these cameras were starting to be replaced by newer technology, which were camcorders which had built-in hard drives and record the tape instead of using Mini DV tapes. These were coming out very cheap, and this one here is a beautiful little Canon camera. It's a Mini DV and it's a MD225 model, but I bought this brand new, and I think I only paid about $250 for it. And in all, it's actually got a lot better features than the other one that I showed you. And just turn the screen, I better turn this on here. Okay, so you've got a little screen there. Everything is controlled on here by a little toggle switch there. You can see the little toggle switch. You probably can't see too much of what's going on there. Let's have a look. No, maybe it doesn't work when you do it that way. Yeah, when you do it this way, you can toggle it. So it's a little toggle switch which gives you just about every function. It's got digital effects on it as well, and you've got a microphone input socket there, your DV out socket, and an AV socket. You can also, what else can you do on this one? It's got a built-in speaker, of course. I think you can hook up your headphones to it or earphones to it as well. Instead of this other one, the other one had a flapping lens cap on a cord, but this one here, excuse me, you open and shut the window, or open and shut the lens up using that. Zoom rocker up the top here. With all of these, the way you open these, some of them open from the top and some of them open from the bottom. So usually when you open these things, there's a lever up here, and you pull that out, and then it comes out like that, and you put your tape in there, and then you've got to shut it, and then it goes down, and then you shut it again like that. Excuse me. The interesting thing about this camera and the other one you can power these up, by the way. You can recharge the batteries while they're sitting on the camera from a cord that, you know, a transformer that you plug into the power point. But the interesting thing about this camera and this one here is that they all have the same battery that goes on them. And not only that, that battery also works in my Canon 400D digital SLR. So I've got 3 cameras that use the same batteries, which is a bonus because you can interchange between them, which is really good. This one, the viewfinder doesn't tilt up like the other one. It's got a quick start. You can do, it's got program mode and an easy mode, which is probably the equivalent of your green button on your, you know, modern digital SLRs. All in all, that's a beautiful camera. I love that little camera. Very compact. One of the things I've used these for before everyone was getting into digital cameras on their SLRs and whatever, quite often if I was at a funeral, and I've even done this in the last couple of years, would be at someone's funeral, and I've just put one of these up on a tripod, put a mini DV tape in it, and just left it running, so you can actually, because this is in the days before streaming was happening, although maybe I've even done it since then, because some people of course wouldn't get to funerals, so I just set it up there, pointed at whoever the speakers were, and just let it run, and just remember to change it over, because these little tapes go for about an hour, although you can put them on double play and get longer time out of it rather than 60 minutes. So I've used it for that sort of thing, and also just setting it up and filming birds in the backyard feeding on the lawn, so by remote control. So that's another nice little one. Now this one here, I'm not sure where I got this, but this is similar to the first one I showed you. This is a Panasonic. The other two were Canons. And excuse me, this is actually a beautifully featured camera, and I don't know where I bought it from. Might have been in a second-hand shop. And but when I bought it, it looked fantastic, but I didn't have anything to charge the battery up with. There wasn't a charger that I could plug into the back of the camera and charge the battery up. And but you can get universal chargers. The other day I actually realised that I could put this battery, it's not the same as the other two cameras, a different brand, but I could put this battery into a universal charger, so I was actually able to charge it up. I've actually got on order the transformer that you can charge this with, plus a new battery. You can still get them. Excuse me. This is a lithium ion battery. Some of the batteries in the old camcorders, after a while, they'd lose their charge. This one's got a little lens cap on the front too. One of the good things about this is that it's got a built-in little light. So if we put this on camera and we press the light, see, there you go, we've got a little light there. That's pretty cool. Turn it off, and it's also got a backlight provision and a colour and night view. The interesting thing about this one, when you look through the viewfinder as against the screen, it's in black and white. In the early days of camcorders, they all had black and white screens to start with, but this one's still got a black and white screen. But when you go out to the, put that down, to this other one here, you've got a colour screen on there. And this has got all the features. They've got image stabilisation built into this one, and I think the first one I showed you, and probably the other one, I don't know. But fast forward, fade, you can fade out on these things, fade in and out on the next scene as you're closing it down, and really a beautiful little camera. So I haven't actually put a film through it yet, but I've played one back in it, some of my existing films, and it works fine. So there, I mean, when I say film, I mean a mini DV tape. Now, of course, you can still get mini DV tapes online. You've got to be a bit careful. Some of them don't seem to work as well as others. The thing you've got to watch with these cameras is that if you've got old tapes, they do deteriorate to a certain extent, and you might have trouble transferring them to a digital version using whatever program you're using on your computer, on your Mac. I can use iMovie, but sometimes that's a bit difficult because you get some dropouts from the tape. Even though it's coming quite fine through here, it doesn't always register well on that. So there are ways around that. So you've got to watch that. The other thing is that all 3 of these cameras you're looking at, when I got them out about a week ago, none of them were working properly. So I actually played around. I thought, They were working not all that long ago, the other two, because I never really tried this one. But I actually managed to clean the heads, and you get these little Mini DV cleaning head tapes that you run through them for about 30 seconds in one direction only. And I found that by doing that and using cotton buds and cleaning the insides of the thing, opening it up and cleaning inside of it, I managed to get all three of them going again, and they're going fine. They seem to be going quite well. I did find a guy on YouTube, and I might put a link to his video underneath this, where he talks about how you do get them going again and how you clean it, and he's got some ways of going about that. So if you get one of these, or you see one in a second-hand shop and you think that's a pretty good price and it looks cosmetically pretty good but doesn't necessarily work, you'd be surprised you can actually get them back to life a lot of the time. I can't guarantee all the time, but they are just beautiful little cameras, like film cameras that are coming back, that are becoming in vogue with younger people. I think a lot of these Mini DV cameras are becoming quite popular as well. And as I said, you can use them for vlogging and blogging, but I love them. They're great to use. They've got lots of features on them, and they're just a joy. So that's a little bit of a look at portable Mini DV cameras. There's lots of them for sale on the internet, on eBay, and if you're in Australia, on Gumtree. And so have a look at them. They're not all that dear. Some of them are asking more money than others, but there you go. I love them, and as I said, I'm probably going to sell one of them soon, but and probably that first one I showed you. I might hang on to the other two, and I've still got my big Canon XL1 Mini DV camera, and I've got another one here somewhere which is a complicated looking thing, about the same size as those, but it's got a platform that comes underneath it, and I haven't really ever got that going yet. But now that I've had some fun with these three, I'm going to find out where that is in here. My storage is not all that great, and see if I can get that one going as well. And then who knows, I might put that one on the market. So once again, thanks for watching. Like if you like, and subscribe if you wish. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for everything. See you later.